We need to find the terrorist location.
Slaughter dive now! Where's the rest of you?
You can run, but you most certainly can't hide from me. Cavetta on defense for Rainbow Six Siege is by far my favorite defender in the entire game, for one reason only: her potential to clutch rounds in almost any situation imaginable. Her interrogations is probably one of the most powerful abilities that any defensive team can have, especially if a good one like me can pull it off. At my paintball field, Splat Action, there is a rule out there that you can surrender an enemy player so that way they won't have to go through the painful process of getting shot point blank range. It's called surrender or die. The rule is that if you surrender somebody at close range and they oblige to surrender, that it will count as an elimination and they will have no choice but to comply once they raise their guns up, their arms up, and then they just have to walk away. But what they don't say is whether or not you can get information out of them, which is what came up for me when I drove to that particular paintball field last weekend. Actually, no, I think it was No, it was last weekend. I apologize. So, with that being in mind, Cavetta's special ability is to interrogate enemy operators and reveal their positions on the map. And I had no idea what it was going to look like in paintball, and let me tell you, it was a lot more brutal than I would have ever thought. And I actually did a pretty damn good job, so I've definitely saved the best video for last, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm going to be trying out a different style of, narration for these videos, but basically my objective here was to attack the enemy team's base, isolate an enemy attacker, and make sure I could surrender them properly. My dad was there to provide me with some backup in case things really went south, which in a lot of ways they kind of did, and I was very close to dying in a lot of situations, but eventually I pulled one off. I got an interrogation in paintball.
You're shooting me from both sides.
Is that a world first?
This is not a good idea.
Me and my dad decided to take the right-hand flank because we saw a fewer amount of people there than people up on the top left-hand side of the map. But this one guy requested me to stand right behind this tree and hold that position to allow him to proceed down to the bottom right, close to the river, and it worked.
I see one on my right. I'm gonna try and go in. Actually, no, that's two. I'm gonna try and go in as sneakily as possible. He's out. Okay.
there were two guys blocking my path in order to proceed to the enemy base using the right-hand flank. So that's what's going on right now.
I got that little bastard at the creek.
And as I'm saying all this, there was this one person trying to push down to the creek on my right, and I ended up taking him out with some easy crossfire.
On my 1 o'clock, actually no, 11 o'clock right now, I'm going to try and go up to him and interrogate him. All you need to do is cover me. That's it. Oh, there's even more! Hard. There's one right in front of me, but there's two more covering him on the left. It's going to be really challenging. It's going to be really challenging. Whoa. I'm cornered. Dad, there's a guy right in front of me. If we can double team him, we can interrogate him. He's right in front of me in this little tree. He's definitely alone, from what I can tell. He's definitely alone. So if we go left side and make a distraction, I can do this rendezvous. Where do you want to go? Because they know we're here. We just have to surprise them. Watch out. I don't think you got hit yet, but you were close. One on your left. Oh, you got hit? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you got hit. Okay. If I could get this off, we'll win this game. We have guys pushing up. This guy is still there.
If you couldn't tell what just happened there, we decided to get out of that little box of cover we were in to push up even harder into the enemy team's line of defense. We came up against two other enemy players, and I requested my dad to make a distraction for them that way I could push even harder and hopefully get the interrogation.
or die now!
Game